Here are the top 3 reasons why we decided to build a Skoolie rather than just buy a motorhome.
We're the Martins, a blended family of 6. In January 2022, we bought a bus and began our journey toward tiny living, travel, creating a life we love, and establishing redemptive communities across North America. Come along with us as we build our bus, lead worship, and live a life of adventure on mission.
We get asked this question almost all the time. It's crazy how many people ask us, why don't you just buy a motorhome or a fifth wheel instead of building your own Skoolie? It takes more time. It's so much more effort, a lot more planning, kind of a headache. I get it. And the project, of course, takes way longer than we ever anticipated it would. And on tough days, I'll admit, I find myself scrolling Facebook Marketplace, looking at motorhomes and RVs, thinking, oh, maybe we could have taken the easy way out. But then I find my resolve with these 3 reasons. So number 1 reason we chose to build a Skoolie instead of just buy a motorhome is for safety. We looked at the construction of motorhomes versus Skoolies and realized that the construction quality is vastly different. They're like 2 totally different ballparks. Motorhomes, if you see them get in accidents, they looks like an aluminum can just went through, I don't even know, a lawnmower. It's pretty scary looking. Whereas a school bus is made of steel with reinforced ribs, and it's designed to carry children for cargo. And it's reinforced in all of the main accident-prone places. Number 2 reason was customization. For our family, we really wanted to be able to customize our floor plan. We have a 17-year-old, a 10-year-old, a 7-year-old, a 3-year-old, and 1 on the way. So we have more kids than most, which makes finding an RV with enough beds for everyone difficult to begin with. And when we really dug in and started looking for RVs in the very beginning stages of our search, we had a really hard time finding anything that didn't require breaking down the dinette set to make a bed for one of the older kids, enough bunk beds for everyone. And we want all of our kids to have their own space. This is their home too. And we're talking about full-time Skoolie living, full-time RV living, not just a weekend getaway or a week vacation once in a while. So we really wanted it to be comfortable for everyone. And we want our 17-year-old, since he's so much older than all of the other kids, we wanted him to have his own space because we just felt like that was appropriate. The second thing we really wanted to be able to customize was insulation, which you can see we're currently working on. Most RVs and motorhomes are made with insulation that is thin and really inadequate for most climates. When you're in a motorhome or an RV, you're chasing good weather. They're great for 70 degrees, but not much hotter and not a whole lot cooler. We come from South Dakota, where our weather is incredibly varied and windy. Oh my gosh, windy here. So knowing the environment we come from, where this last summer, 2 months solid, it seemed like it never broke below 95 degrees. And in the winter time, it can stay below freezing for months on end. And knowing those 2 extremes, and that we want to have our full-time RV to be able to withstand most weather. I mean, we don't plan on being in Alaska in the dead of winter, but who knows where God will take us. We just wanted to have that control to be able to insulate it as well as we feel like our family needs. The third thing we really wanted to be able to customize was the supplies that are used. to be able to have real wood framing, solid appliances, that we would have our choice and be able to customize our build exactly as we wanted it and not have to settle for paperboard and kind of that generic look and feel. We really wanted to be able to customize the aesthetic as well. The third main reason we chose to go with a Skoolie instead of an RV was cost. If you start pricing out RVs and motorhomes, you'll find that when you get into big enough for a family, enough beds for everyone, and then maybe even a slide out or two, you're looking at $70,000 or more, sometimes way more, for something brand new. If you look at something used and older, you can usually find them around $30,000, but then I figure we're gonna wanna update it, paint it, make it look like our own, and that's gonna be even more. If we're looking at a fifth wheel, at one point we were looking at a fifth wheel as a possibility, but then we would have to get a truck to be able to haul it, so on and so forth. And when we broke down our Skoolie budget, which I'll share in a future video, we are budgeting $35,000 total all in to have our Skoolie built the way we wanted. Yes, I am not calculating in the hours of time that it takes for us to build it. I get that. But I think the sweat equity is going to be totally worth it. And in the end, we'll have a home that we can live in full time on the road with our family, adventuring, and customized exactly the way we want it. Safe to drive on the road, safe if we ever, God forbid, got in a car accident, and for a fraction of the price, half of what we would pay for a motorhome to suit our needs. So those are our 3 reasons why we chose to go with building our own Skoolie instead of buying an RV or motorhome. We'd love to hear your comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and make sure to subscribe to our channel.